Global Times, 5th of October 2023. Chinese military analysts believe that Japan's accelerated acquisition of US Tomahawks could backfire if they are used to target other nations' homelands. China has been purchasing armaments to combat an aggressive China, which is currently at war with the rest of the globe. Following his first face-to-face meeting with U.S. counterpart Lloyd Austin on Wednesday, Japan's Defense Minister Minoru Kihara announced at a press conference in Washington that his country will begin acquiring Tomahawk cruise missiles from the U.S. in the fiscal year 2025, a year earlier than initially anticipated, according to the Kyodo news. Chinese military observers issued dire warnings and threats, stating that any possible counterattacks would cover Japan if it chose to defend itself against China. Furthermore, the U.S.'s strategy to hit China with Tomahawk cruise missiles launched against its allies in the Asia-Pacific area is underestimated and will eventually be ineffective. Japan intends to buy 400 Tomahawks, which have a striking range of about 1,600 kilometers, as part of its preparations to obtain counterstrike capabilities, or the capacity to strike enemy facilities should the need arise. According to a Japanese official quoted by Kyodo News, the defense chiefs shared the recognition that the acquisition of Tomahawk Block 4 missiles will start in the fiscal year beginning in April 2025. However, the official noted that the purchase is still subject to U.S. Congress approval, and therefore, neither party would formally refer to it as agreed. Japanese officials believe that Tomahawks, initially employed in the Persian Gulf War in 1991, are vital to bolster Tokyo's defensive capabilities until Japan can deploy its indigenously manufactured missiles. The missiles are said to be capable of covering Chinese coastal areas. On Thursday, Chinese military expert and TV pundit Song Dongping told the Global Times that Japan's U.S. Tomahawk missiles is intended to improve military cooperation with Washington and bolster its capacity to launch defensive preemptive attacks. He clarified that the primary goal of the Tomahawk cruise missile sale to Japan is for the missiles to be installed on warships with Aegis systems. While Japan wants to support the U.S. in its fight against China to achieve large-scale military expansion and the normalization of its national defense force, Chinese observers think that the U.S. permits Japan to rearm and is assisting Japan in acquiring long-range attack capabilities, making Japan a more significant pawn against China. Still, belligerent China warned that its land would be the focus of retribution if Japan dared to strike other nations at sea. Song cautioned that Japan should not assume that it can employ weapons and equipment without suffering repercussions. Australia, the US, and the UK are among the three nations that possess Tomahawk cruise missiles. In August, Australia said it would spend $833 million to enhance its long-range attack capabilities. According to experts, the U.S.'s goal of bolstering its military might in the Asia-Pacific area and accelerating the creation of a Tomahawk missile encirclement circle aimed toward China is reflected in the placement of Tomahawk missiles among allies. If Australia and Japan use their missiles to threaten the Chinese homelands, they will face reprisal. Both nations must consider which is more important, maintaining their independence and safeguarding their security against a belligerent China or serving as sovereign nations, stated Song. According to Song, the Chinese military expert added that nations fantasizing about encircling China exaggerate their capabilities.